Well, since I talked about Maximum Overdrive, which I think is the most criminally underrated, is a very criminally underrated movie, I gotta go and talk of this piece of shit again. Well, not again though, but watch it again. Now, I had to watch it on here because long ago I had the DVD. It was that horrible to me, I got rid of the DVD because to me that was a freaking waste of space. And this is easily one of the most worst adaptations from Stephen King. Yeah, so I'm reviewing is the movie that was made for cable. It was not released. It was made for TV, called Trucks, which that was based on the short story of the same name, which Maximum Overdrive was based on. Maximum Overdrive got so much hate. Stephen King hates his own movie, and then this gets made. Now, thankfully, this has a 3.9 on IMDb, which is much lower than Maximum Overdrive. Yes, it deserves that. But at the same time, Maximum Overdrive should not get a low rating on IMDb. I can't remember. Was it 4 point something on IMDb or 5 point something? I can't remember. But it deserves a much higher rating. But at least this one, thankfully, has a 3.9 on IMDb. Yeah, but like I said, Trucks, like I said, based on the short story, that's the same title that Maximum Overdrive was based on. It was released. Can't talk right. Released on cable back in 1997. Oh, Jesus criminy! It's upsetting how Maximum Overdrive back then got so much shit, you know. Now, thankfully, this gets even more crap though. But thankfully, if people like this movie, that's fine. I won't get it though. I will not get it though, but it's also subjective though. You can like whatever you like though, but I just won't get it. I just won't understand it. Yeah, Trucks. Okay. It's the most boring version of Maximum Overdrive. Well, yeah, it's based on the short story. Well, first of all, I never read the short story. If this is how it is in the short story, this movie, how it is in the short story, I'm sorry. I'll stick with Maximum Overdrive anytime, any day of the week. Anytime, any day of the week. Maxwell said, you take Maximum Overdrive and just make it so boring. That's how bad this movie is. It's like you take Maximum Overdrive, but you just make it so freaking boring. It's snooze fest. I'm sitting here like this, like that. That's how bored I was. The cast is so forgettable, even though there is a couple of recognizable faces I do recognize. But overall, the cast is so forgettable regardless. The lead guy is the guy played by Timothy Busfield. One that I remember he was in the Revenge of the Nerds 1 and 2. But that's about it though. He's a boring lead in this movie. Was it a girl? Was it the guy's girlfriend or a girl where they met? I forget. Probably Brenda Bakke, I think. Which at first I recognized. Oh wait, okay. I remember. First I just blanked out for a second because I remember who this cast is forgettable. That this is the girl Brenda Bakke. She was in Under Siege 2. Remember Under Siege 2? She worked at that company, that military company, but she was with the other guy, and that the villain Travis Dane wanted to get the codes for the satellite, getting that thing in their eye, right? Till they give up the code. That woman that was with the other guy when she got shoved off the train off into the river. That's her in this. So yeah, but still forgettable character. And Timothy Busfield's son is played by Brendan Fletcher, which he was in Freddy vs. Jason as the character Mark, who knew a lot of info on Fred Krueger, and then Freddy Krueger later kills him, saying on the thing on his back saying Freddy's back. And he was also the character Grady in Goosebumps. The Goosebumps of the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Yeah. So yeah, Brendan Fletcher. So he's as the son, And the other guy I recognize is a guy that they pick up. Played by Jay Brazeru, remember the guy's name. He was the guy who was the referee, which he plays the referees in Air Bud and the sequels until the fourth one where he wants to kidnap all the dogs and do experiments on them. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, he's the referee in Air Bud. But what does it matter though? Because the rest of the cast is forgettable. I mean, this makes Max Overdrive look like a masterpiece compared to this. I'm sorry, but once again, I love Max Overdrive. It's highly underrated, and especially with everything, it sucks everything out what you get from Max Overdrive. This film does, because Max Overdrive, great cast, especially starring Emilio Estevez. Pat Hingle is having fun when he's, hey, Bubba. And a fun lines of dialogue too from the characters, and a whole place, and like not just here. This is a bunch of few trucks, but here you got a whole freaking bunch of other trucks. But Green Goblin truck, like I said, the Green Goblin truck, kick ass. Well, also that's not, I guess, but it's a good villain for a truck. I love the Green Goblin truck. Great, awesome soundtrack by AC/DC. And even it knows it has a sense of humor to it, because like the first thing you see in Max Overdrive is like that one of those sign things that advertise, right? And it's straight up, it says, fuck you, and an ATM telling Stephen King off, you're an asshole. Or we got a steamroller that flattens a kid flat, like Judge Doom. I mean, it's a lot of good bazooka firing, explosions. It has everything. It has a lot of things that I have fun with Max Overdrive. That's why I love it. It's a childhood favorite. I always enjoyed Max Overdrive. Okay, what is this here? Well, because people make fun of this a comment that makes everything, all the machines go haywire. What do they say about this? And here they say it's aliens is doing this. I forget. It's just. And it's only just other machineries, and not just regular cars like our characters are driving in. Not just regular cars, but it's trucks still, and other things. And the kills in this are lame. Like one guy who drives the only one semi truck. Because it's like a freezer truck, and he goes in the back, and a door closes on him. Whoop-de-doo. It's nothing. Or a guy who's driving a truck and runs and he can't control it, and the one truck just drives right into a small power generator or whatever. Or, and essentially this one is due to the fact that the character is being so freaking stupid, where this one girl is with them. Well, first of all, She runs out to like this a sewer pipe or whatever, and even though the characters they tell her no, don't do it, but she doesn't listen anyway. And then the second time, that same character girl runs out to a telephone booth, and Jay Burzu, the guy I said, the referee from Air Bud, he runs up and saves her. But thing is though, because of her stupidity, that guy gets run over by one of the trucks in the phone booth. So great, that guy, the referee from Air Bud, he gets killed because that character was so stupid. So her stupidity got him killed. Or you get stupid dialogue too, with other characters getting killed as well. Well, first of all, one guy says, because the guy drives us like, oh, that's my truck, right? And he cares a whole lot about his truck than anybody. That's my truck. And one of the guys starts throwing Molotov cocktails at it, and that one guy who's in love with his truck, he's in it. The other guy's throwing it, but then it catches an explosion. Those two guys die. Or another guy where he's in a garage, he's working on a truck, and then it's really very lame. It's like 2 inches between it's like this space between right here from my bed to here. It just slowly just drives into him, and somehow that crushes him going through the garage door. All the deaths of this are lame. Or when we're going outside, where It's just freaking stupid. It is one of the most ridiculous kills I've seen. It is. There's a mailman is down on a city street. A mailman. And there's a... He gets killed by a freaking remote control car. Or dump truck, whatever. A remote control car. And that car has the smarts to make a little ramp for itself and crash through the glass. The mailman assumes that it's a kid that's playing around with him. At first, I also noticed that he was going to use he was going for his mace. I'm like, what do you do with mace anyway? I guess an inanimate object like a radio controlled car. So I see he was going for a little bit. It's like, what do you do with mace? What is mace going to help? And this car is this powerful to hurt the guy because it bumps up against his leg a couple times. This guy is like, ow! I'm like, dude. Even whether it's a kid controlling it or not, if it's a nuisance to you, kick the freaking car away. It's not that powerful. If I see a little car like I'm running, it's like, okay, I get a little bump, like, ow. But you still have the freaking strength to just kick it away. It doesn't weigh that freaking much. Just kick the freaking car away. Or grab it by the bed hand, it's a dump truck, right? Grab it by the bed hand and just throw it. The guy's too stupid enough to do that. But he's like, stupid, ow, ow! And then it's somehow able to trip him over. And then he gets his head bashed in a couple times. Because his heads have the... It was just freaking silly and laughable. Oh no, that's freaking stupid. Where there's a couple of guys in a hazmat truck, and one guy gets into a suit while the other guy's in the driver's seat, and this truck is also possessed. It somehow inflates another hazmat suit on its own, and can be able to control like it's a freaking human being. So an empty hazmat suit that inflates, gets and walks like it's a human being, and gets in an accident, just kills one guy, the guy in the driver's seat, and then the other guy. It was just laughable. Now, if all this was in the short story, I don't care. To me, it's all silly and laughable. And I would bet if Stephen King hated his own movie Maximum Overdrive, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts this movie over Maximum Overdrive. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I'm sorry, Stephen King. I like Stephen King. I like a lot of the film. I like a lot of the films that came out. I love Cujo. I love Christine. And speaking of Christine, Christine can be about a killer vehicle. Christine can be the crap out of this movie. John Carpenter's Christine. Just saying. I love The Shining, and that's another film that Stephen King hates. I'm sorry, Stephen King. If I bet that you put this movie over Maximum Overdrive, you're full of crap. Where you put your own movie where it's a fun, kick-ass, fun movie with a Green Goblin truck and Emilio Estevez, AC/DC soundtrack. I'm sorry, I don't know where you're coming from. If you think this movie's better than your own movie. I know it's based on your own short story, but I don't care. If this from the short story, doesn't make no sense to me. And like I said, all of the stuff out is just a lot of it, especially the middle part, is boring. They're just sitting talking, and even more stupid dialogues like, why are these trucks coming after this? And then one person stupidly says, I forget who, but it's like, maybe he just wants our company. You're thinking because trucks, all these vehicles are coming to life, all these trucks, and you think because they want our company. They just want your company. That's why they're alive. Not because they want to kill you. No, they just want your company. I feel like taking my freaking ponytail, wrapping my leg, and strangling myself with it. God damn. What kind of stupid line? What stupid line is that? This is how aggravating this movie. This is the reason why I got rid of the DVD, because it was so freaking terrible and boring. And good reason. I'm glad I sold it. But I know if I had to talk about Max Overdrive, I had to talk about this. So I had to rewatch this on here again. On here. Not again, but on here, but whatever. But that's over with. Now I'll never have to watch this movie again. But whatever. And then their whole plan is they escape. I forgot how they escape. I don't care. But this one guy does a distraction by shooting a pistol. Shoots one, falls in a little bit of a ditch. The other one, he gets hit, goes right to the diner. And then with Timothy Busfield, he shoots it and it blows up. And then the next day, it's him, the son, Brendan Fletcher, and the woman, Brenda Bakke. That semi is still chasing after them, even though it's mostly destroyed. They see a helicopter come down. They get on it, and the thing just drives right into the water. Sheesh. And Emilio Estevez blowing up, bazookaing the Green Goblin truck was not badass enough. Adios, motherfucker! And surprise, surprise, when they get on the helicopter, there's no way flying it. And then we hear on the radio saying, "It'll be okay. We're here to help you," I think. And then it just freeze frames. So like, did it crash into the ground? Did they die? We don't know. And frankly, at this point, I don't care right now. I don't care if they live or die, because these characters are so freaking boring and lame. I don't care if they live or die. Oh, are you surprised that a helicopter flies on its own? You saw an airplane in Maximum Overdrive flying on its own, playing Ride of the Valkyries, dun 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 dun. And then later at the end, when the Green Goblin was driving down the highway, you see the plane crash into a bus. So why is that surprising? If you see a helicopter fly on its own, you saw a plane fly on its own in Maximum Overdrive. It just pisses me off, you know. If people like this film, that's fine, but I will not get it. I don't know how this film can be better than Maximum Overdrive. There's no comparison. It's an easy comparison that Maximum Overdrive is better than this. This film was boring, kills were lame, and two of them were freaking laughable as hell. Especially the mailman. Oh, now he doesn't have the strength to freaking kick it away. But no, I'm just dumbfounded right now. This is why I hated talking about this film, because I knew it would be so aggravating to watch. Not that I was bored to tears, but at the same time it was so aggravating to watch. Especially that one girl twice doing stupid things, especially leading to one guy getting killed because of her stupidity. I don't know what I can say about this. Any more I can say. It's an extremely boring movie. It is easily one of the worst adaptations from Stephen King. It is. I don't know which one, what can be worse. Well, the remake of Pet Sematary I don't like, though, but I could watch that over this. What else? I don't know. But other Stephen King films I said, I love Cujo, I love The Shining, Christine I love, The First Children of the Corn. Hell, Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, that's one that doesn't get talked about as much either. I love Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. I also reviewed that as well. Yeah, I think I did. I think I reviewed Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. Yeah. That doesn't get talked about at all. That's another one that's underrated. Carrie, the original, the 70s. So, yeah, the remake I was not a fan of. That's another one. The remake I was not a fan of, though, but I like Julianne Moore. I like Chloe Grace Moretz. I'd rather watch the 2013 Carrie remake over this. Cat's Eye, I enjoy. That's a great anthology movie. So, yeah. There's 1408, I enjoy. With John Cusack and Sam Jackson. Easily watch that over this. I like 1408. Yeah, so this film fucking sucks ass. It can kiss my ass at the same time. So like I said, that's my big rant on the review trucks. So I'll take it's like Max Overdrive is very highly underrated. I don't see how this can be better than that. There's no comparison. I explained how much fun it is for Max Overdrive. It's so fun. I love the film. There's no comparison to it. Yeah. So this is my rant on trucks. I don't care about the short story. If this is how it is, I don't care about it. I would easily take Max Overdrive anytime. So yeah. But that's done. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next movie review for Halloween month, and we'll see you later.